we may be live. Excellent connection. Hell yeah. Let's see. Yeah, let's see if this looks like it's working. Let me try something out. Nice. Nice. So this is working fine. Now I have no idea how to get to my site, to my links. Just give me a second. I mean, is it not chill? Wait, you actually found the stream immediately. Wait, that was quick. Holy shit. Can you hear the music? Can you tell me if it's loud, not loud? How is it doing? Too much, too little? Discord is linked? Yeah, actually a good point. Can you hear the songs? It's a little louder than me. So this should work fine, right? Or maybe let me speak a bit over it. It's not Disney, this is Pokemon, bro. You're a bit cooked on your references. Basically, Pokemon like songs have no. Yeah, hello.
If I may have a word.
Is the game sound fine? Is it too loud?
You've overstayed your welcome.
Norman is the loudest character in the game, so this should be kind of a good reference.
The Baroness awaits.
Game loud as fuck and I'm quiet. Okay, let me fix that. Should I just... I can pump myself out. Like, I actually have a... Wow. Okay. Let me fix that real quick. So game capture goes down like minus 10 decibel and I go back up like... Let's see. Tell me how it is now. I think it's still a bit too loud. Let me drop it down a bit more. Minus 16 maybe.
I'll deal with the hooligan.
How is it? How is this? Is it better?
Reality to my whim.
Turn the game up a little. Okay, I will do. Something like this, maybe. If this is fine, then we Gucci. Try and make your game sound like... Oh, okay, I mean, that's fair. I mean, I'm not gonna play, so the sounds of my microphone... I don't even know what to do because my microphone is in a very weird spot. I should probably like find a way to make... Let's do this. Let's do this. It should be sort of like this, right? Noise gate? I could get a noise gate for my microphone. But I'm pretty sure my voice is as loud as the keyboard and mouse. This is sort of my... Yeah, let me join VC. Hello? How is it going? How is the technology in the stream going?
I believe my assistance is needed.
Wait, let me actually try this out. So, microphone. It's microphone voice sound settings. Here it is. So, microphone. Wait. More sound settings. Do you see my screen right now? I'm actually. Like, okay. Let me share my screen right now. I don't even think people can hear you, so I could be schizophrenic for everyone watching. Huh? Are you sure? Haha. Aha. I'm so techy. Can I just share my screen? Yeah. Okay, you should see now. All right. Yeah. Oh, just like reduce the sound. I mean, you. Okay. I mean, this is not what it picks up, though. No, this is just like the actual volume. I mean, not. Okay, no. Like now you hear me. Now you hear me quieter. No. Wait. Oh, I can't change it because it's in news right now. Yeah, that sucks. Wait, is the right microphone being used? Let me check. That could be a problem. Properties. Yeah, it's the right microphone. I mean... Yeah, go for it. It's okay, it's gonna definitely only me, not the people who are watching. So it's all fine. I see. I'll try to do something from the Rode software actually then. I do have a Rode microphone. The only problem is that it's not an indoor Rode microphone. So I should do high pass filter. Let's see if this does anything. Do you hear any change in my? Let's go to the stream. Do you hear any change in like my keyboard and mouse problems? Otherwise, we should be fine. Okay, yeah, then there's literally nothing I can do. Yeah, we're cooked right now. I mean, we're gonna have to deal with it. I'm not gonna use my mic. Yeah, it's not that bad. That's what I would say as well. Thank you for the tech help. Can you share that the stream is going in the stream channel because nothing is connected? Thank you, Ryzen. Bye. I'll start streaming now. Okay, I was getting some tech help because my streaming capacities are kind of limited by my low knowledge of streaming. So what are we doing today? So first off, I'm figuring out how to stream properly, which is gonna be sort of a challenge, I'm not gonna lie. So for everyone who is in here, thank you a lot for trusting me. Second off, what we have to do is get some games from the trolley tournament and start looking at what's going on. I'm gonna whip out I'm gonna actually make the map a bit bigger in the game so you guys can see what's happening on the map, which is something which I want to focus more than anything else. I'm gonna just whip it out real quick, and I'm talking about the map. Let's not get any weird ideas based on my bad choice of English words. So let's just find it real quick. So Deadlock codes, did they add the codes already? Match codes, hell yeah, we have the match codes. I was not a streamer before like 10 minutes ago. Okay, I am back. Do you want the spectator mods Odd gave me? I don't know what that would help for, but yeah, absolutely, send me a mod. Definitely, if that helps, I'm down. So... yeah, I'm more of a YouTuber lich, I'm not gonna lie, which is why I'm streaming on YouTube more than anything else right now. To be honest, I'm kind of just looking for like one or two things which I wanted to see from yesterday's game. Yeah, that would really help, Rising, if you can send it over. I'm not gonna install it right now just because my, as you may have noticed, my tech savviness is not good enough for some of this stuff. But that should really do. So yeah, thank you a lot. I'm sorry that you guys can't see Twitch chat and YouTube cannot see, like in that YouTube cannot see Twitch chat and Twitch cannot see YouTube chat. I wanted to stream on both platforms just to see like how good the bitrate is on both sides, what works better, sort of. So today is gonna be sort of like the single day where this happens, I would say. Yeah, thank you a lot, Rising, thank you a lot. I mean, if it's in the Deadlock mod manager, maybe I can find it right now. Let me check. Is it like a private mod, or is it something that's public? Ah, okay, I see. Yeah, I will install this later in. Thank you a lot. Okay, so what am I looking for? Basically, my idea is that I don't think BE should have lost it. Yeah, the shadow on screen, yeah, it's something I want to set up just so that people can read like sort of one another. But it may just clog my screen given the fact that I need to use I'm gonna need to use whiteboards and stuff during everything we do. So what I'm trying to look at right now is mostly what each one of these players kind of does during the mid game, because especially in the first game I felt like the Vindicta had value, but she didn't properly make this comp work as she should have. And what happened is that even though ABL was not saying ABL is AFK is really like an insult, I'm not gonna lie, but basically they're playing sort of a 2-core comp where they're having 2 people always on lanes. Hey, Roger, no, I'm so happy for that. Thank you. And since they have 2 people on lane consistently, what I was sort of afraid of is that a comp like this, which has not necessarily better laners, but Infernus smokes the Ivy up until a certain point, should never leave space for Melteam, the team on the right, to get as much value as they got. This is my idea on the whole thing, right? Still, if you look at the souls per minute by player, like there is a pretty significant Ivy dominance, except for Hoot getting an insane amount of souls, which are not wrong, they just come from kills. Souls by source, Hoot. Actually no, he's a lane monster, it looks like. I was wrong. So, did anyone get souls from kills more than anything? Yeah, so Zergy and Hoot kind of inverted their roles. I guess Dimov, but like Shiv is always gonna be top souls from kills, almost always because of the killing blows. And yeah, Melteam is just so much more aggressive. If you don't know what I'm looking at, what I'm looking for right now, guys, is just this red line, which is the enemy kills. I'm trying to see which player is active in the game from like earlier in, not when you get a million kills. So like for example, MP Dreams gets active pretty early. As you can see, he gets pretty consistent soul revenue from people. As a player like Listic literally gets no value from kills. Mostly because he's 0-10. But even let's go back to for example Hoot, who's 5 and 4, right? The only value he gets is kind of like there's a point where he got kills, then he gets a bit more during the end game, but his growth rate is not directly impacted from the kills. All of this matters only if you watch it concurrently to what they do inside of a game. So we don't necessarily care too much about these numbers. It's just a reference for what we want to look for when we watch the VOD. If some of you don't know, there has been a bug that sort of led the trail while we were doing the entire tournament. Basically, if you melee while you're looking down, and I'm pretty sure that
How good are you at hitting moving targets?
and I'm pretty sure
I
that
shot Haythorn's brother while he was day drinking on a speedboat.
I can show you an example of it. In the second game, it's gonna be easier to show.
It was
But
not.
the whole idea is that we need to see what each player does during the game, because each player has a priority that comes directly from what their character does and how they get more souls during the game. Now, the general agenda when you're trying to win any match at all is let me get any form of advantage. After I get my advantage, let me get something from the enemy that they do not want me to take. So, let's say our Vindicta here gets a kill. What we want is as soon as the Vindicta gets a kill, even in lane when the respawn timer is like 10 seconds, we use our pressure from 2 characters being alive versus 1 to either take wave and do a little bit of damage, take wave and poke out the bebop, take wave and get boxes, or if the wave is already gone, just go for their boxes immediately. In some instances, when the respawn timers are a bit later, then you can force you can force a gank in another lane, but you need to be extremely fast with your movement. If you're not extremely fast with your movement, you're gonna be stuck behind, the other guy is gonna come back, and now that you're gonna have basically given an advantage to the enemy team while also losing your wave. This window of value usually only lasts 30 seconds, which is the time between each wave. You can make it last 40 if you clear wave early and ignore the first instance of the next wave. But you will realize as we watched it that 40 seconds is really not a lot. So let's see what happens. Let's see what goes on.
More than welcome to try.
I'm gonna reduce the volume for me a little bit, just because I can't reduce the music. I love Deadlock. I'm gonna skip through the replay a little bit. I've watched this already. There isn't really much that I want to see directly from Obicum. It's not much as other stuff. We can look at the lane setup that we're running. So BE is going with a Vindicta Furnace on side lane, and the other side lane is a Billy Viscous, where the lane clearing kind of suffers. Mid lane, of course, is gonna be Shiv Holiday. If you don't know why this mid lane is sort of the default one, is that your mid lane is always gonna be the stronger part of the map, or at least you're gonna have the characters which get active fastest. Because 1, it's very easy to gank mid, 2, it's very easy to gank from mid. So you want to use characters that can get value from doing this. As far as... let me just think. As far as which character should be mid, specifically, you either want the Holiday or the Vindicta. The reason why we don't put Vindicta on mid lane most of the time, or like why teams don't put Vindicta on mid lane most of the times, is that Vini is so strong at making any other laner work. Her stake is insane. Her Crow, when you get level 2, is basically 5 to 10% of an enemy's HP every 30 seconds. So if it's 2.7% bleed damage for 4 seconds, that's about 10% bleed damage. If I'm not wrong, it's current health. I was reading right now. So this means that from a it can go down to 5% instead of being 10%. It doesn't matter. This character just consistently keeps the enemies at least at half HP. It's hard for Vindicta to go below half HP. She has no need to go below half HP. Because her 4 is from as soon as you get level 2, which Obicum, by the way, rushes. So Obicum does not go for level 2 Crow. It just goes for Snipe. Her 4, with most of the items you get early on, is around a 350 to 400 burst base damage, which means that almost any hero in the enemy's roster, let me just slow this down a little bit so it's all in a more shade matter. Every hero from the enemy roster is gonna have somewhere in the, if we go to the, let's go to the 6-minute line where everyone has ultimate almost. So at the point Vindicta gets ult, thank you, Deadlock. This character 1k, 1k, 1.4k, 1k, 1k. Yeah, so she can one-shot every health, which is sort of like the play for this hero. Now, the bullet sound is getting over my voice. Yeah, I'm gonna reduce the sound from this game, from the game a lot. Mostly because I really do not need to hear it right now. Let me see how it is. Is this better? I actually want to reduce it a bit more. This should be a bit better. Tell me if it's more solid, if it's a little bit more enjoyable.
Beast.
But yeah, Deadlock is a loud game. Yeah, thank you a lot for telling me. So, we have to focus on watching something. We can't just be here and just try to see what this guy does. We can focus on a single-person gameplay. We can oh, the Vindicta neck is kind of broken. We can focus on a single-person gameplay. We can focus on the entire team movement. My focus is going to be what happens after laning phase. Reason being, laning phase first, takes a shitload of time to analyze. Second, is very micro-based, so it really depends on how you play your own character. And these guys have been playing the character they're playing for a long time. So it's just, it would be suicide to go and check each and every hero's single laning stage gameplay. Third, if we see what happens in the mid game, for some specific heroes that I'm interested in, which are Holiday, Yamato, we can look at what Ivy does, but Kelvin is the more interesting one. You can sort of get an idea of what rotations the team is making. I'm gonna show you why. Let me actually create a new source from the game, if I'm able to do it. Just give me a second, guys, I have to try and do something here. So, map. Let's see. So we get Deadlock. Okay, so we're gonna have a second Deadlock going, right? I wanted to zoom in on the map, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to do it quickly, so we may just have to skip on that part for now. Yeah, that looks like the case. Capture... Haha, I see the problem. Okay, I should have found the reason for this issue. Just give me a second and I can fix this. So copy this, paste this, perfect. Now, can I crop this? Are we smart enough to do this? I don't think I am, guys. I don't think I am. So this will have to be done another time. I'm sorry. We'll try again. So let's go back to our gameplay. I'm focused on the map more than anything. We don't really care about too much stuff. As of now, the default meta when you're playing any game, pub or comp, and what I've seen these two teams do is you play a 2-2-2 split, which means that you keep 2 players on each lane. You don't start roaming, you don't start going around, you keep 2 players on each lane if you're on the same soul count, sometimes even if you're ahead, because 2 players are going to keep enough pressures on the enemy team to require them to have a normal amount of resources, which is 2 players, a lower than normal amount of resources, which is 1, which allows you to steal stuff from them, or an overly exaggerated amount of resources, which is 3 people or more, right? If this happens, your 2 players can kite, one of them can stay alive, you get value because the enemy team is losing time, they're trying to catch 2 of you and they maybe only catch 1. They lose value because they have to kill 2 people, and if you're playing well, they can't really contest it too well. And last, you can always pose a threat to a walker. If you don't know, every character around 10k with monster rounds or almost any other item, after baiting the walker stomp, so after making the walker just like after making the walker stomp on the ground, can go punch and get half of the walker HP. And this just happens immediately. It takes, I think, 15 seconds to 20 seconds to take down the walker if you're mediating 2 people. Is it crazy? Like, is it scary to do? Yes. Is it risky? Absolutely. And this is not the way in which you would do it. But it's very good to know that you have that power from that moment onward. Especially some characters like Abrams and Billy do it faster. Shiv does it very fast. Calico does it very fast. Yamato, sort of. Paige doesn't do it too fast, even though our DPS is our gun DPS is very good against walkers for some reason. But yeah, that's sort of the case. So keep that in mind and see and try to look at the map as we go through this and try to understand, okay, where are these guys staying during this game? So I'm gonna look at Holiday. Again, it's Foot, so it's more interesting to look at him as far as like an individual player, mostly because his movement allows him to be in more places than one. So another big point is that after you play a 2-2-2 split, like the one which is happening right now, which is gonna be there even after laning phase, your value and how much stuff you can do on the map comes from how fast you can rotate around, you can rotate away and back into your lane, right? So right here, if Hoot can get this wave, Infernus is rotating to another side, so they're getting again. Hoot can get this wave fast and go somewhere else while the next wave is coming. He's gonna get a higher amount of value than other players. And that's one of the edges which you can make to, you can sort of get to win games where the enemies are not allowing you to play. As I said before, look at the map more than anything. I want you to try and think right now, why do we have from Mel team, so from Sapphire, why do we have 3 people on that lane, 1 person in mid and 2 people on the other lane? So the most obvious one are ABL and Flammable, right? Pushing a wave, that's it. Very simple, the power is here, 2-2 split. So why do we allocate the mid player instead of staying with Ozas to the side lane? Why do we get this gank going? So the idea for every game where you have a good carry is that you want your carry to get souls and you want the rest of your team to make space and make the enemies play as much as possible. So you do not want your team to... So you do not want the enemy team to pressure your Ivy and pressure your single carry until he gets to an insanely high amount of souls. On the opposite, our Hoot, our Obicum, Listic can demove a bit less just because the matchup is not too good. Sharik with the Express Shot build that he's gonna run, they are looking for Ivy. Ivy is the easiest kill right now as far as like kills for souls value. You're not gonna get anyone else that gets delayed as much as the Ivy because the Calvin is active from now for the next 20 minutes. Paige is gonna be active for the next 20 minutes. Yamato was active minute 1 and she's gonna be active way later. Bebop is Bebop and Pocket, also Pocket I guess. You can delay Pocket a bit, but unless you really grief the Pocket, it's hard to kill him because of the Leap, Satchel and Cloak. So focusing him early is a bad call. So what they're doing is they're keeping people from taking value while the Ivy is not doing something, or like while you are not doing something. So my Ivy is farming. Okay, my job right now is to make sure that nothing bad happens on the map, or that I can force trades that are unfavorable for the enemy team. Even if they're not unfavorable, they're even, you're still getting souls. Your Ivy is still gonna get souls and he's still gonna outfarm the rest of the map. The big mistake here comes from letting Ozas sort of hold this lane and not punishing very quickly on the map what the enemies are doing. Listic could have killed Ozas. He would have not committed this much if he didn't think you could have killed him. They have pushed the tower. 2 people are shown to be here. You know, actually, let me go to the targets. We know about these 2 people. I'm pretty sure people saw the holiday, or at least they know holiday is here. So we have a -3 on the map. 2 routes. Do we gank this? It's 8 minutes. We're kind of fast to gank, and our lanes are pushed. Do we gank this, or do we just push lanes? We're still not rich enough to pressure walkers, and we're just gonna die. We're not rich enough to invade, even though I will argue Yamato Kelvin could have gotten this wave and like annoyed Obicum, but the reality is that the Walker is too strong. So if you push here with Yamato Kelvin, you may just die to a single... Not Obicum, sorry, Demo is too strong. If you push here below this guy, you will just lose value. You have to realize, okay, my character cannot kill this guy yet, and Kelvin is not buying slowing X or other stuff to confirm the kill. So no value to get here other than this 200, like 300 souls camp. We have to defend tower, I guess, but the reality is that there is no wave, so they will not push it, and if they push it, whatever, it's an objective, they will take it at some point. Right now, ganking this overextension is a very good idea. So they have to pull this off, and after they pull this off, they have to convert this into taking a bit of jungle of the enemy team, or taking a bit of their boxes. Let's go back to our, I think we can stay on Hoot's POV, I think he's gonna be in the fight. you've seen the map situation, you see what's happening, they're collapsing. I'm gonna go to target, POV. So they're trying to invade, they're trying to get stuff. They get ganked.
Dragging him.
Huge opening, huge ult from Lot. Good kill on Palm, really the least valuable target as of now. Don't miss out. And the aggression to the jungle is punished. Their souls are punished. Really not the best look. But we trade 1 for 1. Literally nothing happens. If this was a game, this kill probably like lets you take the entirety of the jungle. But they can't redo it. What do they get? Yeah, they get the bending. That's it. That's what they can steal. Because the enemy team is so fast. They can't actually steal anything else. And back to wave. Do we clear this wave actually? Does ABL clear this wave? Yeah. Clear waves, play the game. Clear waves, play the game. I remember commenting yesterday night that it's crazy how in these games these guys are just able to play and play and play and do so much stuff before the 10-minute mark while still finishing the 10 minutes with the average souls compared to any other player. Except Hoot, I think he gets a pretty good amount of souls soon. But like, if you pause here, everyone is in laning stage situation. Everyone has like 10k souls max. I don't think, nobody actually has them in this game. So, that's crazy. Buffs spawned. I'm pretty sure Mel team had the advantage. I didn't check it. I actually want to see it again. So this fight and this loss kind of makes them able to push the waves, and the enemy still have to clear it. 30 seconds to buff. Someone is calling buffs. If I'm not wrong, it's usually Obicon in their team, or it may be Hood as well. It's just a general call. Buffs, buffs, buffs. 20 seconds to buffs. What are we looking for? Two options. We get both buffs, we try to fight on both sides, and we gamble that they're not on one side and they just wipe out 3 people. Other option is we go on the side where we're stronger and we take that single buff. The only reason you go in a 3-3 split is if you really think that one side can hold on for much longer, or you have big prio on that side and you just take the buff anyways. I'm gonna separate and try to see what happens with the slowest possible movement speed that Deadlock allows me to. It looks like, yeah.
I see Kelvin.
We may be a bit behind with the timer. Let me skip forward a little bit. I think deposits have not been accounted for. Yeah. But yeah, this is the big problem with Deadlock. It's like, it's actually so painful to go through Spectator, just because the timer gets bugged, cooldowns get bugged. It's actually so hard to tell what's going on at multiple times. Looks like it's boss times right now, so we're kind of 30 seconds behind, almost. Fight breaks out, they save their cooldowns and resources for this important fight. They didn't int before. Would have been a huge mistake to lose the player before the important fight comes up. No one heavily commits. Whoever got value can now take a more aggressive approach and needs to take a more aggressive approach. A buff has been taken, so I want this side to, yeah. What happens here is that they realize, buff enjoyers realize that, shit, if we don't take this urn, they have lane advantage here, they have lane advantage here, we don't have jungle remaining, it means they were aggressive enough to clear this, or we clear this fast. We have no value playing on the right side of the map right now. Why should we let them play the urn? They can stall it and get value from clearing the map. Also, as they take the urn, we're gonna be forced to stay here with nothing to do while the Ivy can just farm our stuff. We need to take this urn. If you're trying to look for a way to understand when it's the case to take the urn, like without going too deep into thought, a very good practice is just to think, if I take this urn and they come to that side, actually, can I make the guys go to the side and make them lose time? The answer is yes, if they have low camps or if they still have to push the wave and I've pushed it already. If that's not the case, go clear the camps, go push the wave, and then think again about the urn.
I see the enemy.
Urn has been grabbed. Of course, right now, Melteam's goal is we have to take this urn. We have to take this urn away. Fight breaks out, Listic ults, doesn't turn well, or we come out of position. Does he survive this?
Job.
What an ugly escape. Well played by Obicum there. Really saves him so much and doesn't let the Ivy spike. And yeah, as I said before, they have to rotate to the other side. They have to take this urn, they have the tower, they don't have the tower. It's gonna be a rough urn for buff enjoyers.
I see Infernus.
We're gonna look at two things. Before I go into the urn fight, which is the more important part, I want to look at what the two players can do at the 11-minute mark to this Walker. Because shit is there to defend. So Walker does get the resistance from
I
one
could
player.
pick up something nice at the store.
Do we aggress that? She's spotted.
We need to move out more. Throwing them.
And now check the Walker HP. Again, we're gonna look at the urn fight here. Do we full commit for this? The answer becomes no. As soon as the Ivy drops and the Page does not have ultimate. If they have Page ultimate, this is a free Walker. Just straight up a free Walker. Let's go back. Let's go check what happened to the urn. We're gonna follow Zerky's POV. We're gonna move away from Zerky in a bit. Going towards safe path. Sure, makes sense. What are their information? What is their amount of knowledge? Boom, Ivy Page on that lane, 2 split. Surely we're gonna get 3 people on this lane. Right? So it's a 3v something. The problem is that they have 5 ultimates. The enemy team has 0 except the Kelvin Dome. And Kelvin does not, unless Kelvin rushed Dome, yeah, Kelvin does not have max Dome yet. And for as bad as it may be in comp, right now, Dome is one of the strongest cooldowns you can run. When you're playing any form of scrim, it's hard to give reason to max your 1 because at 160 damage really hardly impacts your team at all. It doesn't increase heal, which would make sense. It's just a nuke, but why would you get a 260 nuke when you have much better cooldowns over your team, when you can just get a plus 50 health regen, which means a 50% increase, if not more, for the same amount of points. Almost impossible to justify not maxing Dome. Also, you can still get a shitload of range from these 2 cooldowns, and you can get extra range for even more for only 800. This is this character needs to be banned. Difficult aggression for Pocket. I do not want Pocket to be here so early. Yeah, that's just not. Dome comes out. Not maxed though, not maxed. Difficult Dome to justify, especially if you do not have the affliction. I think here you just play back. I think you just play back because you don't have the ults. You can try this fight to test your grounds because you're there with souls, but since you're ahead, it costs you nothing to just let them get the urn and like clean this up. This is what? 750, 1k, 1.5, like with boxes 2k, with wave 2.2k, the urn is 3k, and you have nothing to contest this urn. I'm not gonna lie, I would have just liked if they kept 2 people here to defend the tower afterwards, and ABL and Overseas just stayed here and just got the jungle. And just like cleaned this part of the map. Also because they could have rotated and got this Walker. Does the enemy team have enough speed to get this? No, because they are already pushing this. They can go in here, TP to shop, rotate. Or, I'm pretty sure most of them still have boost because it's 11 minutes and those who rushed it immediately are gonna have it again. A difficult call. A difficult call. I'm not gonna lie. It is what it is. Not a bad play. Good try, actually.
They tried.
Oh, we have a little bit of a ABL situation here. So for those who don't know, ABL likes to express his massive skill, as some would say, by doing the most amount of damage per minute possible in every game. That's the only metric he cares about. Which looks fire to watch. It stops looking fire the single second where he dies for a kill by inting though the enemy base at 11 minutes. 1k HP remaining.
Our green guardian has been defeated.
ABL, that's enough. This is where you run away as fast as possible. How ugly is this? I mean, to be honest, this death, I don't think it's even blamable. I think this is fine. Like, this is what, 4 people here? I'm just sad that we do not convert this. Like, if we convert this into anything else, I'm actually happy. And, yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. I actually did get sort of breakpoint broken, some could say, right? I'm happy that he tried. I'm not gonna lie. Ozus is behind. Ozus right now should be at 15k souls. That world curve being missed and those camps not being stolen really sticks Ozus way back. And you may say, but he has 12k souls, right? This should be more than enough. It is if your character doesn't need 30k to become reliably active. Don't get me wrong, it's not that Ivy cannot play the game without 30k. Ivy is still a pretty strong character. But compared to Infernus, Wraith, he's sort of like, yeah, those 7 sometimes. Ivy needs time to kill people. He kills them without like problem, you know, the HP goes down as a, in a linear fashion, you know, like a straight line down. But it's a rough call. We were looking at Ozus, we kind of missed what was going on the map. I think the more important part to look at is what's going on with the mid fight. So Earn is not, like, buffs are not here. The timer is behind by like 30 seconds. Sorry, I'm tired, guys. Buffs are not here. Mid boss is not here. What are we fighting on? We're just making space for our carries. That's it. That's literally it. We see a fight, we take the fight. Someone is overextended. Yup, we go in. So the shot caller here is the page, like in most cases. We're gonna go to the target's POV. Vindicta on blue, possible hook coming in from Bebop. Fight gets called from Bebop. I can hook, come guys.
This is a great read.
What is their hook? Why do they want to fight this? What is making them want to fight this? Ooh. Did we hear something? I think we heard a Billy. Viscous spotted. We're 3. No one is showing on the map. Ozus, do you need to farm? Yep. Oh, Infernus is not here. Holiday is not here. Vindicta is here. Yeah, this is a good fight for us. We have ults. Do we engage in this fight here, or are we gonna just deadlock aha for a while? Our initiator is Bevo, so we should be looking at him. He kind of becomes the shot caller. If you don't know why they left this lane, is that they kind of thought, okay, we have to fix this wave since nothing is happening. But we get an engage going on. Different POV, different information. Listed presses W. That's just replay as in the listed row. You just have to press W sometimes. One cooldown is out. Can we get a fiction out? Pocket wants to go back. Yamato is stuck there. The usual ABL bait or A bait L.
Does someone take the bait? No, we're 4 people mid. Calvin engages, we can steal this. Calvin engages. He does steal my my unconfirmed soul, it's fine, whatever. Still putting pressure us 4. He knows the Calvin is here. But he has to feed. Ooh. What an interesting rotation. Before I show you both teams, try to understand who is on that lane. I can go back a bit if you want to, but just look at the left lane and remember, okay, we had Calvin Page going there and going back. Ivy is sort of like juggling the 2 lanes. Ivy always has a good bag, so it's always a good kill to go for Ivy. If we see Page sort of in the midpoint of the map, there's either someone else, but it's only one because there's nothing to do in more people and so many were mid, or this guy's out of position. Do they go for it? If they do, oh, Yamato showing, Pocket showing, big fight showing, they do not want to take this fight. And I'll tell you why. No one is pushing these waves. This could be a 6-man. The only reason you take this fight from, sorry guys, I mean from this POV. I'm not talking about BE. BE wants this fight. The only reason you don't take this fight the only reason you take this fight is you find someone picked up, or like you pick off someone, or you realize you have sort of an advantage. And right now, I am pretty sure. Let me go to targets. Let me go back like a few seconds. I am pretty sure we have information that this fight is a -2. We see Billy coming. We know they're here. We're just sieging an off-HP Walker. We're gonna take this off-HP Walker. Surely the response is not gonna be so many people, right? And that's the big thing. B can catch them. B catches them on this Walker as sort of the default play, and they can punish this play. Now the question is, are they good enough to catch this play and execute? Good points to look for. Holding high ground, that means they cannot get catched for free. ABL is not holding high ground. Overseas, making space by looking down and just getting the troopers, getting anyone who's in the open. Infernus, Flame Dash first. Infernus is stuck here. What else do we have? Viscous, we know is below. We just heard the ball. Viscous gonna go to try and ball probably the Bebop out of his ultimate. Poker has ult. Calvin has ult. What can we do to contest this? Because Vindicta is not here. And I'm pretty sure Holiday is not here. So this is not a good fight anymore. Billy should be that. I'm gonna look at more POVs after this. Interesting movement. Vindicta to B to rotate. Now it's only a 1v1 on the Ivy lane. Two for one. Do we keep going or this is enough? Ooh, we're gonna look at MP Dreams POV. I think it's the more interesting one of the bunch. By the way, guys, this is a 5-man siege for half the Walker. Like, you can't really defend this unless you kill someone immediately. This was cleared out. Big affliction on this video. Is not gonna be able to get healing. Good damage on the Vinny. How does the Infernus die? Overseas. Got a kill. The push is going. This Walker is ours. But wait. Why are you not taking the Walker? Why are we not taking this Walker? Can I turn up my voice or turn down the game a little? Yes, I will. Don't worry. I will turn down the game a bit and turn on my voice a little bit. So this should make it a bit better. Is this better, Joe? By the way, welcome in. What do you think? Is this better? Nice. So why do we not take this Walker? This is an interesting thing, right? We get kills, they're respawning, yeah, whatever, but like the Walker is half HP. I am pretty sure someone called mid. And that was enough to make them be out of position to take this Walker. Because the Vindicta is low, the Infernus dies. Are we low HP? We're not low HP. What is going on? Both teams. 2 people on that Walker. I guess Viscous is coming back. Take the wave and take their jungle. Yeah, default. Easier, safer call. They're playing for 5k. They don't want to risk it. They don't want to risk it. Oh, buffs were coming.
They weren't planning for this.
Then I'm wrong. It's literally just for buffs. We do not want to die before buffs. And now we're back to a sort of a 2-2-2 split once again. The Ivy dies. Probably, did he die from Hood? Pretty sure, right? Nope. Who did he die from? Oh, it's Shivan Hood, yeah. The Ivy dies. We're just gonna reset to a 2-2-2 after we get these buffs. Oh. Oh, I forgot about this. Yeah, that's unlucky. He would have survived that, it just doesn't not have duration on his stone form, which means, of course, he doesn't have the time to have him after stun.
I know how to make it hurt.
-1, we take the urn. Easiest call. But here's the issue. This -1 doesn't matter to the fighting force of the enemy team. It just doesn't matter. Because Ivy, as strong as she is, doesn't change the team fight unless she ults him. So the important part to check is not necessarily this -1, which of course we care about, is do Pocket, Kelvin, and Yamato have ultimate? No, then we're rushing this urn. Yes, then we're probably not gonna take it and we're gonna look for something easier to do. Also, with Spirit buff, which pretty huge. I'm gonna leave the Holiday POV just because she's gonna clear a bit. She's playing carry Holiday, so she's gonna clear a bit. She's gonna look to fight the Ivy and whatever. It's urn carrier time. They're gonna contest because they do have ultimates now. Oh, wait, they may not have ultimates. Yeah, so this is a visual bug. I was looking this... Damn. I'm getting view botters already? Am I that bad at... Am I that bad at streaming that they have to view bot me to give me... Damn. Can I moderate this? I'm actually bad at doing this stuff. Can I time this out? Just give me a second, guys. I'll be quick. By the way, thank you for the follows, guys. Why do I not have moderation? Yeah, I'm just gonna mod you. Sorry, guys, a little bit of a... Some would say... moderation problem. I'm trying my best, Ryzen. Just give me a second. How do I mod you, Ryzen? Can you use the command /mod? Aha. Or click your name? Wait, that's tag. Yeah, that's actual tag. Wait, I do not want to time you out. Here you go. Welcome, my mod. My loyal mod. Perfect. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you a lot for the support. Really helps a lot. Okay, so we're gonna be back in a second. Perfect. My setup is back.
Do you need something else? I don't think I need anything else right now. Yeah. So this is a visual back from the replay. Basically, Kelvin, Pocket, and Yamato do not have ultimate right now. They were so fast to deliver this urn that they couldn't, that Mel team couldn't rotate fast enough. One. Second, it's okay, Ryzen, whatever. Second, he just did a perfect path and made them not be able to use any cooldown. If they fight now, they're too spread apart. Yes, they are +1, and if they give up the Walker to take this fight, you go mid-boss afterwards, which, by the way, doesn't work because they're 15-second respawn, so this is not gonna be a good fight to take the mid-boss. It's just gonna give you a Walker after the urn is already taken. If you take this fight and you're this split, you will lose people. So this will not be a good fight. But we're gonna have to watch this. Pocket goes in. This is a 0. I'm pretty sure it's a 0-man. I'm pretty sure it's a 0-man affliction. And it's actually unlucky because it doesn't. He has max ultimate. It literally just misses by the millimeter. Yeah, 0-man. This fight would have been a win, but Dome comes out from flammable. Heals the Yamato up. I guess. Just minus value from Meltium. And you'll be surprised from how little BE is allowed to take from this. And they go for more for the fight because now the ults are out. Flammable gets wiped. Let's go to new POBs. I'm so bad at casting, so I'm just gonna hope that this guy does something. Let's go back a little bit. Hobikun probably has a better view of the fight. Yeah, so we're up in souls, dropping boons. They have no ultimates. Well, this is a free fight. A classic feed BL coming in. Anti-Dreams giving the snipe to Vindicta, basically 2 souls to his name. ABL dying below, -3 with no ultimates. If they weren't this low HP, ooh, what an unlucky situation. But Bomb gets wiped, Ozus gets wiped, 4-man wipe, 5-man wipe, considering also the guy that's about to die. We don't have HP to go mid-boss though. So, what is the right call if there is no HP to go mid-boss and there is no value to be taken on the map? Like, sorry, if there's no HP to go mid-boss, but the entire enemy team is dead, right? You're low, you kind of want to go regen, but if you go regen, you're gonna sort of lose a bit of tempo. Most of the times, you don't care. You'd rather not risk it and just reset. Because coming back from a 20k disadvantage right now is insane. All the waves are crashing, just go fix all the waves, go base, and start over again. 20 seconds are not enough with low HP to take the mid-boss, especially if you don't have anyone at 20k souls.
The crows lend me their aid.
I'm confused as why they don't fix the blue wave. So basically right now we're in a stabilized situation. Right now we're just stabilizing for next fights. We're up 20, we're like impossible to kill. Comma. Right? Question mark? Why is Shift still low? Also W song that's playing right now.
I rise.
Holiday farming, map clearing for three people on lanes. As always, one lane is pushed so we can play on that pushed lane. Other lane is being pushed, but Shiv and Infernus can def it. So we can play here. Risky, but Vindicta does literally take no risks because of the Divine Barrier.
Our yellow walker is under attack.
Big fight going on for that walker. Now this is a comeback mechanic. If you get this walker, and God forbid if you get a kill with this walker,
You're like back 10k souls. Whoa. Overseas is low though. But Infernus, he doesn't survive. So I watched this live and I was kind of skeptical about this play from Empty Dreams. Let's look at it again. There are some points which I would like argue are actually pretty good about this. So of course the Walker, right? You gotta take this. You just afflict the Walker and that's it. Is dead. You hit the Infernus, so now you're angry for you want that kill. You really want it. You're on fire though. I guess you gotta kill this guy. You stole his farm. Shiv will not get... Does he get the money? I think yeah, he gets the money. Shiv will get some money, but you don't really care. The Infernus is stuck for the next like 2 minutes. He's not gonna farm as fast, but I think from Empty Dreams, from Mel Team, you're looking at your Ozus and you're like, why is this guy so poor compared to usual? This guy's like 30k at 20 minutes usually. And that's because BE is as good, if not better, than Mel Team at taking mid-game fights. Which means that they cannot play their usual 5 and 1 sort of gameplay where you have 5 people farming and doing whatever, and you have, sorry, 5 people fighting and doing whatever, and 1 person farming. They have to play they have to play sort of a less aggressive split when you actually get 3 people, 6 people sometimes. And yeah, this is Ivy. Single-handedly taking the Walker and 2 people with him. -2 fight. It's time to press W. As soon as the guy sees 2 people, I'm gonna like tell you right now, you're gonna see what happens. This fight is already going and that's it. They're making space for the Ivy to push, right? Guys, I want to push. Can you fight on blue? Yeah, let's do it, let's do it, let's do it. They're fighting too. And this, okay, ABL, can we get it on top? Thank you. How does Flammable die? Does he get cashed? I was low HP to begin with. Just got Vindicta. I don't wanna like waste too much time on Flammable dying. But it is an important death. I mean, ironically, the fact he's gonna respawn in like 25 seconds, if I'm not wrong, or like 20 seconds, is that he's gonna be full HP if they go for a mid-boss contest, and he's also gonna have his ultimate. So let's go back to our beloved ABL. As I said, look on the map. As soon as the Ivy sees 2, look. It's going back. We engage. We don't escape this fight. We're up. But Calvin is not here. We don't care. We're 4v4. Cooldowns have been used on both sides. Inferno still with ultimate. What goes on now? Well, we catch the Ivy. The Ivy has souls, so that's a good catch. He's gonna be stalled for a bit more. It's kind of unlucky that Ivy didn't get out there. And it's kind of unlucky that the Mel team couldn't put enough pressure on the enemy team to force them to stay while Ivy could escape. But I don't think Ivy would have escaped anyways. Again, if Overseas, if Flammable does not die on Kelvin, this is just a free fight for Mel team. -2 is just literally free. Stacking on buff, as I said before, you don't have a big advantage, so you can just split easily. Big advantage would mean like 30% advantage. Do we run the Urn? Urn is on their side. Do we want to touch it? They're just camping it. Yeah, they're just camping it. They're just waiting for someone. Force stacking for the Urn camp. They don't need to dedicate anyone to this side. And we do take the Urn. I'm gonna show you these guys because this is just a silly play. Oh, he's not this maybe actually. He's not this one. He's in the next game. This TP is scary because you don't know where the enemies are, and now they know that you're here.
So he has to go so much back. Hom getting catched here is crazy. Shiv barriers? We lose the urn for Shiv. Is this worth it, gang? A bit of barriers, yeah? Let me go back to Sharik POV. By the way, 2 ultimates used on this guy. 1 cooldown. Plus divine, like a barrier, not even divine barrier. Can we get, like... -2, we're up 20k. But they have ultimates. Overseas wipes up Obicum. Let's go to the ABL Gaming. Overseas is wiped out. Huge trades coming out on both sides. Ultimates are so big. It's Listed gets Purity for the 5th time this game. Unlucky. -3 versus -2. But lanes are shit. You gotta fix lanes. You can't go mid boss. You can't contest because their enemy holiday is just Thanos right now. Default calls, nothing crazy to be seen yet. It's just making the right calls at the right time. Like being able to get out and mechanically survive some of these fights makes it so these guys can turn around a -20k fight and make it a -15 afterward. Clear the map, clear the lanes, repeat. What do we look for right now? Well, Walker lane is pushed. Are we gonna get 6 people on this lane? We're up 20k, says Buff Enjoy Your Team. Surely we can siege this Walker, or we can at least catch a pick from someone trying to fix it. ABL getting catched. They are all investing cooldowns on ABL. Is it worth it though? That's the important thing to understand. Is this worth it? Flammable wipes out 1, is a 1 for 1. Yamato is more valuable though. Walker goes down. Now you may be wondering, how is BE losing this fight? And we have to go to Shiv's POV, and then we have to go to Visco's POV to understand what's going on. As we said, like, ults have been traded. Nothing crazy right now. The fight is just a break-even point. But Shiv does the huge classic mistake of getting, like, feeding insane amount of DP of damage, because it's still a lot of damage being fed, below the blue Walker. Pocket now has stacks, he's a monster. These guys have wave, and you're behind their lines. Any trade you take below the blue Walker is not in your favor. Like, if you go below blue Walker, you're gonna die. You're gonna take insane amounts of damage. If you go and go in like this, like as a Shiv, you must be with your team. But his team is all the way back. Hood got forced out. Let's go back a little bit to understand what happened to Hood. Like 10 seconds, 2k HP. What happened? Took the Walker. 1v1 he owes us. Not hitting all of his shots. And he gets hooked. Yeah, that's just... That's a brutal amount of damage. The call here is to back the fuck out. They want to get trades though. They want to get trades. But Sherry cannot participate, and now it's a 2v4. These guys have been split out because they have not engaged at the same time on the same target. One went from one side, one went from the other side. There's 3 stacks on one guy, 3 stacks on the other guy. If you don't shot call where you're pushing, you're gonna get cooked. And there's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing you can do about it. We're wasting too much time on this chase.
I want to just see a mid boss going on. We're wasting so much time on this chase. -1. Guys, I have to reset. We're -2. But these guys are mental. These guys are already down in mid boss. Why? Because the Ivy is just a monster at taking any form of PV. And this mid boss goes down. And now, guys, I will show you the most annoying bug in the entirety of this tournament. If you look downwards, you can't get parried. You just can't get parried. And some people may say, oh, they're abusing. Nuh-uh. Both teams know that the bug is there. They've asked the organizers. The organizers have said, hey, the bug is there. You can do it unintentionally as well. We can't force you to not use it. So both teams are just punching downwards. It may be possible. I do not know. Did they fix it? I don't know, actually. We're gonna test it out after this game. It's a bit rough, you know? It looks like... Also, like, this is not a one-sided thing. Both teams are doing this. Like, this is ABL doing it. In the next game, Demov does it. Everyone does it. Because this is just the way you play. I can probably show you someone else doing it from... I mean, there's no one in their team that is contesting. But everyone is doing it. Is it sad? Maybe. Does it really matter in this fight? No. It does matter in the second game. And now, 15k below. But does it matter? No. Because you have Kelvin, you have Paige, and you have Pocket. I mean, Pocket has souls, right? But these are characters which don't scale. They just work. This character works. This character works. This character works. This character works. What you need is this guy. Because this guy is now the scariest existence on the map. Leave him alone on any objective. Hey Yaduk, welcome. Leave him alone on any objective for 5 to 10 seconds. It's time out. Calvin gets wiped. No regen for Calvin. Ooh, Oath is about to lose his regen as well. Now, this is, I would say, the most important fight in the entire game. One regen remaining. Oasis is gonna respawn in the middle of the enemies. He's not gonna be able to ult because Billy can just one him and drop him to the ground again. Billy as ultimate. Do they play this out well? It's a -2, sort of a -1 for Mel team. Classic engage from Pocket. Viscous and Vindicta supporting from high ground, not losing their position. Very important that these guys do not go down. Listic with his ultimate. Really, really risky ultimate, especially when you're this behind with no resistances. He has like, what, 14% bullet and 0 spirit? You're crazy. Especially in this comp. And it's all over the screen, right? If that's like the real terminology. You just got 4-man ulted. Somehow Sharik got hit because he greeted and he had to drop to use his express shot punch. You give him one more target, and these characters do not have divine barriers. They just don't have divine barriers. They don't have counter spells. No slots. So this is for mid boss basically. This is for mid boss and for pit. Alkfire is, unironically, Pocket does not have duration, so I agree with you. But if you have duration, this item usually deals about 2 to 5k damage inside of pit. Can I show when you use Alkfire? No, I can't. Oh yeah, I can. This is just... Also, this is just so much damage. It doesn't show, but this is so much damage. Even if you don't feel like it, this is double your ult damage on Pocket, by the way. So this is 61, this is 64. Starts to feel better now, right? This is like 3 more ticks of your ultimate immediately. Like, boom, 185 damage. As long as you're close to me. Minus bullet resist, really works out well. I don't know, this item is strong, man. This item is very, very strong. And... yeah, you need to make an investment. You need to have this slot open. I think this was more of a slot fill than anything. But if you have a trans cooldown, this becomes 20 seconds. Like, 20 seconds infinite DPS. I mean, to be honest, I don't think there's much to look at here. Like, the game is, of course... some people would say this is not over, actually. Some people would say you cannot end here. I did some meta gaming here. I predict, like, I told you already what's gonna happen. But if you don't know what's gonna happen, you don't think you're gonna end. You don't think this is it. Sharik gets picked. It's another -1 for 30 more seconds, which is gonna become 20 when the Patron gets dropped. But, well, still a bunch of seconds. This is the craziest use of Ivy that I've seen in competitive play. I've seen some stuff with Dorman. I'm gonna say Fearless Furies had some tech with Dorman where they basically one-shot the patron by putting a door in there and just at some point ulting in when the wave is crashing. But they still have that one reserve. Ivy has plated. Who can kill him? Who can actually kill the Ivy? Vindicta? Holiday? It's out. I'll fire Patron. With Ivy. It's done. Nothing you can do. A -1 billion DP, -1 billion HP in 1 second. This is not fair. This is not fair, and it's... I mean, I say it's not fair, but the reality is that, of course, it's a huge, well-played, well-made strategy, but... this is insane. Let me turn on my map view for what I want to look at next. Let's see how this looks. Okay, I'm gonna have to fix it later, don't worry guys. I'm just testing some stuff. Okay. Do we watch game 2? I kinda just want to see one thing out of game 2. Mostly because I do not want to make the stream too long. I'm just not used to streaming, so I still get cooked from longer streams. But still important. So second game, if for those who didn't see it, wasn't really too much of a difference. There was sort of a more solid, thank you for the heart, Zero. It was sort of a more solid game plan from Mal team. They felt more comfortable playing. But they were behind. Man, they were gonna lose it. They were gonna lose the game. There's only one thing I want to show to all of you guys, because it was actually mental. So as we said before, the mid boss bug, kind of annoying, kind of problematic, kind of sets the stage for the game, right? You're gonna see something kind of interesting in here. Before we do, I will quickly just show you sort of sections of the game and times. I want to show you how they're positioning lanes, because it's important. So we have Paradox, Pocket, and Mo and Ivy on sides. Pretty simple lane clear and space creating characters. Mid is Viscous Yama, again, pretty default. I've never seen a Pom play Viscous, and it shows in this game. But Viscous Yamato is not a winnable lane, you know, same discussion as always. They're still going with the Shiv Holiday duo. Works well, you know. Can't really beat it if you play well. But I don't think you're gonna... if I'm not wrong, they do not lose mid lane. Hopefully we do not get my game to crash, which would be awful. And thank you, Deadlock, for being such an amazing game to stream. Okay, how are we at? Okay, 6 minutes. So, by the way, pretty short game, like 28 minutes. I mean, not necessarily short, but like the game kind of hangs around here. Hoot and Demov are winning this lane. I'm not gonna analyze this.
You can watch this replay if you play one of these characters. It's kind of interesting to see how Holiday can hold the lane against a Yamato. Especially with a shift poke, and from the Yamato side, how you can stay alive against shift Holiday. Pretty good practice if you're interested in that. But it's a bit too late, too character specific to look at right now. So, we don't care too much about the positioning of the lanes, we kind of got the idea. What I want to look at, after we take the buffs, which again depends on who pushes the wave first, and who can get there and have a better fight or a better split on the map. What I want to take a look at is, how is the map being played? Because something you're gonna notice is that Mal team holds their towers for about 12 minutes. They're up 2 towers. Thank you, Deadlock, for being such an amazing game. Okay. They're up 2 towers. This means they have prio on waves. This means they have prio on fights. This means they can just wait below towers for the enemies to push. And it's a free fight that you're gonna spot before they do. Classic ABL dive into ult baited. Well played from him, nothing to say. 3 people stacked for left side Guardian. They show. What does it mean? That there's not gonna be enough on mid to contest me while I push deeper the wave. As you see again, someone on that side of the map, let me do something on this side of the map. You never let them do something you're taking something back. This aggressiveness does not only come from the fact that they know where the enemies are, it comes from being with Viscous. And that's why you want a Viscous in mid lane. Because there's so much stuff you can steal for free. Now, as I said, this game plays out in a similar manner. The only different stuff sort of happens in the mid game, where we get a little bit of a lead from BE. Again, BE is just better at playing mid game. Not only we get a lead, we turn this lead into a mid boss. Now this is not the mid boss I want to show you. Let's keep that in mind. But we lose 2 rejuves. Once again, 2 rejuves are gone to a team that is 20k below us. This can't happen. This just can't happen. And I don't know if this would happen if the bug was not there. I don't know if this would happen if the bug was not there. That's just a free rejuve. As I said before, guys, let's not discriminate. Every team is doing their best to win. If the bug is allowed, both teams are gonna use the bug. It is what it is. And now you use your ultimate, you have nothing left to play this fight. And yup, that's just how it is. If I'm not wrong, the bulk of damage comes from Pocket. But I'm not too sure because yeah, it's very lame. I mean, it's just Pocket doing a massive AoE damage.
Thanks for the help.
I mean, this is the thing, right? If you know this is the case and you're gonna do it, and they're not gonna like stop you from doing this. The reason why they don't stop them from doing this, by the way, is that it has been done in previous game, and that would create a contest on the previous games. So if they stop that from doing it in the finals, you have to redo a lot of games before, which is an insane mess. Insane mess. So you just gotta let it happen, or like you gotta ask Yoshi to change it. But if you didn't notice, guys, there has been an update exactly after the tournament was done. Minutes after the tournament was done. Yeah, everyone was punching. Everyone was punching. I think someone still parries, just for like the love of the game, but everyone was punching. I'm gonna check after this, because I checked yesterday and I couldn't replicate it anymore, which kind of makes me think they fixed it, but they didn't release an official patch note, so they could have just like fixed a version of it. Because there's 2 versions. There's also one where you look all the way top left as you're punching. You just keep looking all the way top left, and it doesn't hit anyways. Like it doesn't get parried anyways.
Need to plan this out.
But this is not the big thing that happened in this game. Because here is the big thing that happened in this game. And I swear, I'm pretty sure someone is mad. I don't wanna edge it too much, so I'm just gonna like let it play out. -2 with 30 seconds to respawn. Surely, guys. Surely we take the bug abusable mid boss with no ultimates to stun, with no way to prevent anyone from punching, when we're up 15k and can just take a guard and can just like go for more kills or clear the map. Surely we do this, right? Because this is just a win condition and we go to game 3. This is a classic bait, right? This is not a bait you expect, by the way, because they knew that the enemy team went back. They just saw them go back, and the enemies know that they saw them go back. So it's a mind game where you have to think, okay, so these guys went back. They saw us going, like these guys went back. They know that we saw them go back. Surely, there's no way this is a bait. They're doing mid boss. You don't even think. When I was watching this, I was sure this was gonna be a mid boss. And they're out. -1 player. Right? Yep, -1. And now it's a -3, guys. It's just a -3. Surely we finished the mid boss. Now it's real, guys. Mo is alive. Affliction, we don't care. Now be ready, because this is la crème de la crème. If you guys didn't notice, if some of you missed this, Obikum had a train of thought and told himself, my ship is not safe. I mean, there's no way you don't get mad at this, right?
I'm all alone out here.
Of course, I don't know the inside dynamics of the team, but someone is not getting his dinner tonight, right? Also, if you guys wonder like how they stole this, as if you didn't notice, like Shiv was of course downward punching as well. Vinny takes infinite damage. She has to pop Divine Barrier. Okay, decent usage of the item. Most players are still up in HP. If I'm not wrong, most of the damage is capacitor during this fight. Arc fire on the floor from the enemy team. The affliction goes in. It's just, of course. How many people did he hit with affliction? Actually, I'm interested. Like, and this wouldn't matter, right? This wouldn't matter because you would have one Reju versus two people with affliction. -3 is crazy. And well, if you know how that history repeats itself, get the barrier. I'm not looking at the micro of each player, like all of them are monsters on the hero. Well, what happens happens. Can I go back in time or did I just screw it up? I may have just screwed up. Yeah. They push the base. They take the patron again in almost one shot because of Ivy and Alkfire. Of course, Alkfire this game. Yeah, pocket again. Double Alkfire actually. It is what it is. It was unlucky finals, unlucky series of events, unlucky bug that was found. So, it is what it is. I'm gonna go to Sandbox and I'm gonna see if I can do something. Yeah, that has been probably the... I mean, that's 100% the most expensive rescue beam of all of Deadlock. That's like a 2.5k rescue beam. Also because Shiv wants to dash in there. Like, even if he doesn't hit it, he dashes like 2 times and he one-shots 2 people. And he has to be out of the fight. He has to be out of the fight. He's not even afflicted. So the bug was this. Like, you punch like this. My idea is, can I make a mimic? And... no, I can't because he's gonna parry. Can this guy parry? This guy cannot parry. Oh, yeah. Anyone is up to try? Let's see if I can get someone. Come in here. But yeah, super cool tournament, super cool that we see some money coming in Deadlock. Even if Gaben said that the hero is probably gonna be released in like 2 million years. Nice. It's still cool to see. Okay. Change team.
I am honored to serve at your pleasure.
Okay. Is the game crash?
We all have a destiny. The only question is, do you have
Looks
the
like
courage
so.
to face it?
Give me a second. Okay, I fixed myself. So, I'm just gonna try punching you. And just keep parrying. See if like I can not get parried in some ways. Okay, that parries me. Try to be on the objective, so maybe I can like not take it, you know? Yeah. Okay. Looks like it's parried. Let me try the other version. Okay, sorry. When the objective is gonna be up, I'm gonna punch you again. Maybe... yeah, okay. Okay, I still get parried even with this one. I think they fixed it. They just immediately fixed it after the tournament was over. Yeah. Not in distance, sorry. Ooh, I didn't get parried there. Did you think you parried in time? This is much harder to do because looking up is... yeah. Okay, you did parry in time. Yeah, this is... very fixed. Wait, go again. Should you parry? Oh, okay, my bad. Try to parry me? Yeah, this just looks fixed. I mean, the fix after the tournament was crazy. That was like the thing that annoyed me the most. Just keep it up for 1 more hour, like show that you're trying, that you don't know the bug is there. I know the developers, it's okay, you know, it's money coming into the game, so you can't just like ruin a tournament because you did a small mistake, and like it's an early access game. Like putting money in an early access game is actually a very commendable act from the trolley sponsor. But still, it's kind of silly. Thank you for the support. Thank you a lot for the support. And I am pretty sure I'm gonna call it. I'm a bit tired. I'm gonna try doing some VOD reviews in the next days if I get another chance to stream directly from users now. So I'm gonna try to find a way to get them. If you guys check out my YouTube, I'm gonna maybe post community tab post where you can send your codes, so I can sort of like look at a bunch of them before we go in, and we can do something like that. So I'll just send you the link right now for those who do not have it. Just give me a second. And of course, for those on YouTube, you are, well, you're on YouTube, which makes it a bit easier. So here's the code. I mean, here's the YouTube link, and I'll just send a community tab in the next day to ask for codes if you guys are interested in some VOD reviews. Thank you a lot for tuning in. I wanted to try out a bit more different streaming than just watch partying, and that's kind of it. The Ivy build? Yeah, let's look at the Ivy build actually.
I'll do anything to keep the people of Spanish Harlem safe.
No worries, man. You're not cucking me for anything. Let's see. What is the point order? 1 point in Stormform, sure. Max 1. Max ult immediately, sure. So what I'm watching, what I'm like trying to look at right now is this more worth? Of course, right, if we just ignore the ideal worth of the build, like the ideal value, and if you're asking me the question, is this a good build? The easy answer comes from doing this and checking if like by 14k is a pretty good number. What points do we hit? Because we can get plus 20% gun damage by just having one more gun item. Right? This just like this makes up for so much more gun damage. This is like a huge power spike. Kind of the same-ish with Spirit. We don't really care too much because we can just get another item and get a lot of Spirit points, right? We get, let's say, this, right? And boom, we have a lot of Spirit. HP, we rarely care about it. It's the +%, so the boons still do the most of it. But gun, the jump from 40 to 60 is a lot. And we only get this jump, like this huge jump from 16k to 22k investment in Spirit. So if I had to tell you anything, it's probably to do this. Like pretty early on. Just to get the gun damage going. I kind of like Heroic because I feel like it's a good item for your team. Cooldown on your flight can make sense. Can make sense. I don't think the build progression is bad. Like this is the only thing that comes to mind. Looking at the late game, Lightning Scroll, sure. I don't think the Lightning Scroll has that much value anymore, just because most characters can just dodge the ultimate. You do have greater range, so that's a point to take into consideration. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if the investment into greater expansion is worth it before Lightning Scroll. I would probably go just range, or I mean you already have range on your ward. I would go like range, Lightning Scroll for a power spike, and then greater expansion later range. Crippling, good item. Vortex Web, good item. Capacitor can be earlier on, you know, kind of depends. Yeah, Lightning Scroll is an upgrade for Mystic's Low, but it's an important upgrade, right? So I would prioritize it over greater expansion, which just gives you a bit like 10% more range on the ability you select, and yeah, more range on everything else, but your everything else is what? Your Kudzu? So, I think just base range is better on your ult, and then you upgrade into something else later. Fortitude, I guess. I don't think you're gonna have the slot for this. I would say they got Divine Barrier in here. Free upgrade, great item, more range. This item is just OP. If you're playing like support-ish IV, this item is just your bread and butter. So you do this. If you need damage, you can just rush Capacitor. How are the boons looking like? Can we get to 16k? I don't think we can get to 16k.
gun like this is kind of perfect. Like this 9.6k is the mark you have to reach. HP, depends, you know, you don't really care necessarily too much. And so the upgrades are this and this. Do we reach the next point? Yeah, we... do we? Yeah, we do. I mean, yeah. I think Heroic is the more skippable of the items you have. Yeah, I don't think you rush Divine. You rush Divine if you're playing with someone that can use Divine. Or like if you have a lot of damage. I feel like you need some damage. Like this Alk Fire is gonna do stuff. But... I would say... Trance cooldown is always a hard call, right? Because Trance cooldown is an item that makes you have more stuff of your items and, of course, like abilities. But unless you're rushing, how do you say? Like you have max salt and you're just running around max salting people, this doesn't solve anything for you. Because all of your items are in fight, like start of fight and maybe mid-fight options. But if you don't have the damage to do anything alone, it's difficult. And your scaling is pretty good. So I think I would rather get like some base bullet damage of any sort. But Divine could be an option. I'm trying to think of something else, but I think this is the way. I don't like Vortex Web. I don't think Trance cooldown is the right call immediately. Just go Crippling into Capacitor. If you mouse one, you go Lightning Scroll fast. If you ulting and like the ult works and the enemy team are not just able to dodge it for free with like, I don't know, debuff remover. Because it's a very easy to counter item. And I think that's it. Try and cooldown later, like after you get Lightning Scroll and maybe if you get Vortex Web, sure. I don't think you get early. And is there something else that we're not looking at? As I said, Alk Fire I think is your actual real gun spike earlier in the game. So your actives kind of look like this. I don't have levels right now. I could kink me, but I would have to rebuy, so we're not gonna do that. But like, your damage is pretty good.
This is my city.
What is your DPS on this? Let me see, 124. I think this is pretty good damage, no? Especially like when you get crippling, this is a lot of damage. Yeah.
I thought you were one of the good guys, Avery.
I don't think Lightning Scroll is as worth as it used to be. But yeah, that's it for me. I am cooked, guys. I'm cooked. I did my best. Good build, by the way, overall. I like the inspiration from Piggy's build. And well, thank you for being here. It's been pretty cool. And have a good day. Bye bye. Actually, I should raid someone. Wait, I should raid someone. How do you do this? Raid. Who do we raid? Who do we raid? Is anyone that I follow streaming? We have a bunch of options. I don't know if Playa is speaking English right now. Let me check. Looks like Playa is speaking English, but it's sort of in a depressed state. Not that he's depressed, he's just kind of chilling. We could do the default Piggy raid, where we just like pray that Piggy raids us back in the next 1,000 million years. But I like an investment form of raid. I do not want to, like, I do not like an investment raid. I like a direct, actual interesting raid. So, pretty sure it just has to be Playa. Play with him in scrims. Very good player, very good initiator. If you play the character, I would really suggest you look at his stuff. But it's an AFK though. Nah, we can't do this, guys. We can't do this. It's AFK. Wait, he's back. He's back. Yeah, we're raiding him. Let's go, guys. And thank you a lot for watching. I hope it's been pretty enjoyable. And have a good one.